Let me go ahead and refresh.
Aloha and welcome to today's episode of The Hidden Archives, a tale of Mystimon Saga. Give me 1 second. Okay, so welcome to today's episode of The Hidden Archives, a Mystimon Saga tale of horror and mystery, powered by Pathfinder 2nd Edition. If you would like to learn more about Mystimon Saga, please visit the link in the description below. First off, I would like to give a shout out to Sirenscape and thank them for the sounds and music we are using today. Not a sponsor, we just like their product. I am joined today by our
Please
players.
sponsor us.
I am joined today by our players. Jackie, who is playing. I don't know who you're playing today because you have several of them.
I'm playing Agatha.
You're playing Agatha. Great. And Fred Bot, you are playing Gorbadald
Think.
And we are also joined by Melatonin, who is playing Giovanna.
Hi, hello. Hi. How was my soup today?
Your soup is awful.
What? They got an 18. How is that awful soup?
It's okay.
A flat D20? That's a good soup right there.
No, I think it's backwards. The higher it is, the worse it is. The lower it is,
no,
it's inverse.
It's okay.
That Tupperware really spills in the flavor.
It's just okay.
It's actually, this one isn't actively rotting.
Yeah.
This is like a stale soup.
It's rotted so much that it's circled all the way back around to being fresh again.
Yes.
Or, okay. And we're now also joined by Cybercat, who is playing Frederick.
Hi, am I late?
Just a little. I'm late. We just started, so not too late.
Okay.
You bastard.
So.
I just want to let everybody know that everything that happens in this episode is Cyber's fault because he didn't stop me from blowing up the bridge last time. And I gave him multiple opportunities to do so.
When we last left our investigators...
in Rick's defense, he didn't see any reason to stop you.
When we last left our investigators... We're going to explain the bridge in a moment, as I assure you. When we last left our investigators, they had gotten a call from Crystal, an urgent call, for an emergency case, one involving children. And in this case, you were called in when a mother was experiencing a loop of activity in her home every night around 3 a.m. She would waken to see a tall, dark figure hovering over her. And then it moves over to her baby's crib. And she feels as though she couldn't move. She doesn't know what this entity wants, but she was terrified. And the night before, Frederick, you had experienced an attack by a tall, dark figure of your own. You awakened to this entity hovering over your bed, and it began lashing out at you, punching and hitting you, and each strike felt like a jolt of electricity. This occurred before you had even heard about the mother or the case. And on your way to Atlantia, which really struck you because you had noted that on this map board that Bifrost had been working on before his death, there was a flurry of activity with a cluster in that region that seems to be increasing even more. And Rune suddenly lost control of the airship at that moment, and did all she could in her power to land it safely. When you were all on the ground, you can't remember who it was. I believe Gorbedeld, you saw this tall, dark figure disappear
was me,
behind a
yes.
tree.
And I blew up the tree.
Yeah, you blew up the tree.
Listen,
The tree.
can't
the
hide if
whole
there's no tree.
The tree. The whole tree. And nothing but the tree.
When you eventually made it to the place, Cascadia, in the midst of your investigation, you learned that this tall man, as the mother calls it, is incredibly powerful, and it seems what it wants is the souls of her children. And when you did a little bit of research, you learned of an old myth of a dark entity called the Hunter, who takes the souls of misbehaving children.
See, it's like Mattimeo said. This wasn't a problem. That kid clearly had it coming. If we had just let this be, we could have maybe the next big bad was probably that baby. So just saying.
Anyways, she told you that she had visited 2 sites shortly before this haunting started. She had visited a site called the Death Bridge in town, which is a rundown bridge that used to be used for the railroad. It's no longer in use.
Let me rephrase that. It used to be a bridge.
It used to be a bridge.
Yes.
I'm going to get to that, okay?
I suppose.
And she had also visited a cemetery, wherein there is this myth or story of this angel statue in the middle of the cemetery that if you don't kiss its feet when you are leaving after dark, if you're still in the cemetery after dark, if you don't kiss the statue's feet before leaving, something bad would happen. You would be haunted by something or something. That part was never quite clear.
You would be haunted by a ghost with a foot fetish.
Well, you know.
Listen, I don't kink chicken even in the afterlife. It's all good.
So, you decided to go to the Death Bridge first. And when at this bridge, you did a little bit of investigating. And you got some responses. Some kind of creepy responses, quite honestly. Well, you got some kind of thing saying, let them fly. And then eventually you decided, I'm going to blow up this bridge, and wired up explosives all along the bridge and blew it up. It was a spectacle. It was a grand spectacle. And Kwoi, of course, said, fire bad.
Listen, Koi, we're gentrifiers. We're raising the property values of this neighborhood by blowing up the Death Bridge.
You can keep telling yourself that.
I don't think that's how gentrification works, but alright.
And then you decided to head over to the Cascadia Cemetery.
It is how demolition works, though.
And while in the cemetery, you decided to spend the night in the cemetery, I believe, right next to the statue. And when we left off, you had received a response from something that was really pinging your instruments that said, "It's coming." And at that moment, a massive storm started to brew overhead. And we pick up the next day. After that night, nothing else really happened for the rest of the night. I do want to know, Frederick and Gorbadel, did either of you kiss the feet of that statue before you left?
I believe we didn't leave. We were still there.
Well, you left the next day. We're picking up the next day.
Sure, we'll kiss the feet.
I believe I was the control here, and you were gonna kiss the feet.
Yes.
Okay, so
That's so awkward.
so Frederick did not kiss the feet of the statue.
Bye, Frederick.
Frederick,
Goodbye. What do you mean goodbye?
Frederick, as you were leaving, and Gorbadel did not see this at all. Frederick, as you were leaving, a cloaked black shadow just came at you from behind a tree. Just as you were like feet away from the gate, this cloaked black shadow came right at you. And yeah, make me a fortitude save.
That's reflex.
Yeah, fortitude, please. Because it just blew right through you. And you felt chills all the way down your body.
Frederick, maybe we should go back and kiss the feet.
First roll of the game, and that didn't go so well.
Classic Frederick.
Frederick!
I got this. Rolls a 1.
Frederick, you feel chills all the way down your body. You feel like ice cold, and you kind of feel like
cold is bad.
You kind of feel like you had sat in the middle of the blizzard in Antarctica for an hour. You were like really chilled to the bone. And in fact, Gorbadel, when you look at him, his lips are like blue, and his skin is pale. He looks like he's going through hypothermia.
You look a little bit under the weather, boy. Yeah.
I'm a little more than just under the weather. I think I saw a ghost.
Also does exist. Well, we want to go out. I guess kiss those feet. Yeah.
Maybe you should have thought of that before you left.
Well, either way, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I can make a second trip just for the kissing of feet.
Okay. So, Frederick decides he's going to go back and kiss the feet now. He doesn't want to get attacked by another one of those things, whatever it was. And actually, Frederick, why don't you make me an occultism check?
Why don't I? I can answer that. Oh, actually, I am trained. Never mind. I was gonna say, I'm untrained in it. That's why not.
I believe in you, Frederick.
So, Frederick, you're not entirely sure what it was, but you think that it was kind of similar to a Mystimon you'd know of, Ravelin.
I was just gonna go with starts with a W and rhymes with night.
So you meet up later that day with Giovanna and Agatha. Giovanna and Agatha, you had been spending some time on the airship. What have you been doing on the airship all this time, please? Do I really want to know?
Is it super
What could we have been doing?
Well, I've got a pretty good answer for this, considering that our airship crashed partway and only was like patched
Ignore
up
that.
rather than fixed properly.
Don't
Oh.
ignore that one.
I could repair
That's
it.
that's the soup that I was making on the ship.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not gonna let you make soup within a confined space. Nah.
I was on the deck.
It is a confined space. There is no deck. The airship is like it's kind of like a small airplane.
Yeah.
Imagine that I was just like outside collecting things in like a big pot.
Okay.
Like I found a mud puddle and started making soup in it.
Sure, we'll go with that.
So this is
You know
my ship soup. My specialty.
Ship soup.
You know what?
Yeah, this one's
You-
awful.
You know what? I think you've carried much worse stuff than mud. But you know what? I'll let you have this one. Why not?
I pray for the day that I get a natural one and die.
Oh, this is gonna be long.
That would be a good way to go, considering.
You see. I guess I just kind of like put her head like toe her head down a bit and put her hand and her palm just like on her face. Just this is gonna be a long flight.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's sealed in Tupperware, which somehow just eliminates the effects,
Somehow.
as we've established. Again,
Somehow.
Seth let me get away with it once, and now it's just canon.
You know, I let you get away with stuff that I probably shouldn't. but it's for the comedic effect.
Exactly. So I have rancid soup.
You know what? Maybe I
Very.
should just leave the window open in the flight. You know, if it gets some air.
Well, it's closed in the Tupperware. It's fine, as we've established. As long as it's in the Tupperware, it's fine.
Is that how it works?
Yes. If it's in the Tupperware, it's fine. If it's out of the Tupperware, we're all dead.
Hang on, I need to Google something. She pulls out like a stone. Oh, sorry.
Google?
Yeah, she just pulls out like a stone and is like, oh, fuck, I forgot that doesn't exist yet. Hang on.
To be fair, this Tupperware was something that I invented in this world, so it can do whatever I want.
I shake my head at that. There are things that I let you get away with that I probably shouldn't.
To be fair, this Tupperware has also, like, had literal something that we did give acidic properties and let melt through floors, but somehow it didn't melt through the Tupperware.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, the Tupperware can do whatever I want.
Sounds legit to me.
Also, we've
So-
established that my pocket hold multiple Tupperwares at once, so...
Giovanna, have you been noting everything down in the journal?
No. One second, let me get the journal up and create a soup page.
Giovanna,
I thought you would make a page for the hunter, you know, the current case. That's the
not
whole
important
reason
right
I
now, Seth.
gave you that.
one thing. Agatha goes up to Giovanna and like hands her a piece of paper and a pen. It's like, hey, do you mind signing here?
It's also gonna create a soup page just for soup lore.
If you read the piece of paper, it says, "I, Giovanna, second name, third name, take full responsibility if the pilot of this plane passes out from soup intoxication."
Yeah. Rune is already very wary of Giovanna in general.
I'm fine with you bringing the soup, just, legal ramifications.
I do not sign.
Well, guess we're gonna have to start saving up for a lawsuit. Which is unfortunate. We just unionized too, God. Just got done with one thing.
Actually, I
Yeah,
do
and you
sign,
lost
but I
your
don't
bet-
sign my real name.
And you kind of lost your best lawyer.
We
did
did.
lose our best
Fuck. You see Agatha just say that out loud. We did. Fuck.
So, Frederick and Gorbadel, you make it to the airship where you find Agatha and Giovanna.
Immediately regret my life choices leading up to this moment.
What's to regret, friend? I mean, at worst, you have a new friend. You're never alone. I mean, I don't see a problem with this. We can always get rid of it later. Don't worry about it. Oh, hey, what's cooking?
Yeah. How about that?
Oh, would you like some?
Oh, I'd be damned if I do. I can't smell a goddamn thing anymore.
I
I
offer
need
him
a
a
smoke.
bowl.
I would like to take the bowl, and Gorbadel will,
Make a
since he's an
fortitude
alchemist
save.
and used to drinking all manner of terrible concoctions, I'm going to go ahead and roll my fortitude save now.
Yeah.
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 Quite.
All right, come on, dice, don't fail me now. Come on, thank you. Oh gosh, wow. It's really slow today.
$20. You don't
But
feel
remember,
too
this
hot.
is a 4 soup.
You don't feel too hot.
Did the cook take a little kipper? I mean,
I would like to say you see me just reach in the dirt and grab you see me reach in my pocket and basically what you assume might have once been herbs is now just like a sludge. And I just dump it in.
Oh my god.
well, it's good to see that someone just as scurry as me.
Giovanna, we should talk about food preservation.
Agatha literally just looks at this entire situation unfazed.
I love how every character Friendbot has had has tried my soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called being a good sport.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, has only harmed friends with this soup.
Agatha, just subtly thinks to herself, oh, I should have brought some wine.
I'm pretty sure something in my pockets are fermented enough to maybe be alcohol.
I mean, I can whip up a batch of toilet wine if we're real desperate for a little libation, you know what I mean?
I'm sure Frederick's kind of thinking the same thing right now.
I'm more considering the martial viability of soup as a weapon.
You know what?
Which she has used it as a weapon before.
I have. It melted through a nice lady's floor. into her
You know what?
basement.
Seth,
Yes.
for narrative purposes, can I have a few bottles on Agatha?
Sure. I mean,
All right.
you just got here. We haven't established what you had before you left Almana, so.
Fair enough. All right,
I
you
would
know what?
also like to clarify that some of these soups have never been cooked, so who knows what heat'll do to them.
She just
Oh my
like
gods.
pops one and starts like drinking from the bottle itself. I owe you a fortitude save, Seth. DC
Yeah, got any
spell,
grog?
please.
I could really use a quick, a little quick kip if you got it to spare.
I pull
This is like
another,
responsibility.
I pull a bottle out of my pocket, and I'm like, you can try this.
Well, now hold on, you lady. What the hell? I'll give anything a shot. Takes a bit long.
Wait 1 second, we gotta roll for whatever it was in that bottle.
I love how we've been wasting like 15 minutes or something on this.
Okay, I rolled a 15, so whatever it is isn't horribly toxic.
All right.
Okay,
I'm also
so-
just gonna ping this for future notes.
So 28. Agatha apparently can hold your drink quite well.
Agatha's a wine mom.
Okay, 25 for a 15.
Sure. You do quite well.
This is some bootleg grog right here. I love it.
Are we going to actually get to the case anytime soon?
No,
Seth, you must
I don't think
reserve
so.
at least like 20 minutes for every character that is introduced to my soup.
So yeah, apparently I blew up a bridge here and it was haunted, and I thought that, this really ain't great for property values, also for the safety of the town in general. You don't really want to have a death bridge. It's a safety hazard, so I thought, hey, let's just take care of this right here. Can't haunt anything if it doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, boop, pops you up, bumps your uncle, blew that shit up. And so then we went to the cemetery and they said that it's coming, the hunter. Ooh, spooky. Who gives a shit?
So, Agatha looks like she has a headache. So, you blew up a bridge without authorization.
Wait,
Yeah.
this statue, was this the foot fetish statue that you have to like lick its feet or whatever?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, wait,
Treasure went back for seconds, if you know what I mean.
wait, so did
Reeves?
you lick its feet?
I'm not comfortable
Kiss.
with how you just phrased that.
It's Kiss.
Joanna is like, with the actual war crimes that this soup has committed, I'm disgusted by the licking of the statue feet.
It's Kiss.
Reeves, you see like Agatha just walk up to you like with a somewhat stressed look. She puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "My man, you are a terrorist."
Well, thank you. That's what
It wasn't a compliment, man. It wasn't.
So at that moment,
He's a terrorist with a foot fetish.
a man who he's got a gray mustache and gray hair, and he comes up to you. He's wearing like a uniform, it looks like, and he's got a badge on his chest.
What I just said was
The
not
badge I
information
guard
built
sheriff.
for any of these parties.
It's the badge I guard sheriff for this town. And he
I'm gonna
says,
whisper everybody. If any of you narcs on me, I swear to God, you're gonna find a spider bomb in your bed.
he says, howdy. I hear that you lot are here on a case for a mother in town.
Do you have a warrant?
They are weird. I'm not like associated officially.
I'm
Before you step into our
only
ship,
associated
officer, I'd like to
with,
see a warrant to
them.
be on the premises.
I'm
I
just
point
here
to
to
Agatha and
supervise.
I pointed to Agatha and I said, I only legally associate with them.
Relax. I am not here to arrest you, although I do want to have a word with you about the bridge.
Agatha and
I
I
don't
were
know
involved
what
with
bridge. What are you talking about? I have no. I mean, I haven't seen a bridge ever.
But
at least
we-
not in this town.
We can
Man,
discuss
I'm gonna be
that
honest
at
with you.
another time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That first sentence was the most surprising thing I've heard today, and I've heard a lot of stuff today.
Well, I would hope you hear a lot of stuff. I had a question about your health, and you didn't hear nothing.
Agatha just downs another bottle.
I think
Well,
my
again.
friend's got a bit of a wine problem. You'll have to excuse her.
I don't think it's really a problem.
She's
I
got an
don't-
alcoholic's tolerance, if you know what I mean.
I don't think that's really a problem.
Giovanna, you look at Giovanna and suddenly Giovanna also has a gray mustache.
So,
I'm not even going to ask.
so, the man says, I'm not here to speak with you about the bridge at this time. I do want to talk to you about that later. For now,
Karen, you keep talking about a bridge.
for now.
I slap a mustache on him too.
For now.
Can I continue? For now,
Okay.
I do want to have a word with you about this case that you are working on with Barbara Winfred.
And what is this about?
So, I have heard some, believe me, she's actually contacted me before she contacted you.
Before we continue discussing, can you please sign this NDA?
Smart thinking.
I hand over a clipboard.
It's also a standard immunity agreement.
It's also a waiver.
Yeah, especially the waiver part.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to initial there, and there, and in triplicate, please.
You guys really don't know what a fine print is, do you?
It's hard to write fine print in crayon.
That is also a thing that you shouldn't be writing legal documents on, but that is an entire different conversation that we are not here to have, guys.
Yeah, we're
Please.
not here to have
She
that
just straight up grabs
conversation right
two
now.
bottles and drinks them.
Again, if you'll just sign this really quickly.
Okay, the second one, the
That
second
is
one,
a failure
you.
because it would be a success, but it gets lower down. So I have a +1 item bonus to saving throws against fear effects.
Right. So, the man shakes his head. You are an interesting lot.
So are you gonna sign it or
I mean,
Sure, I'll humor you. Sure, I'll humor you.
thank you. Just initial here and then right there. And then you'll sign your full legal name right there.
Okay.
Right down there. Thanks. Thanks. All right. So now anything we discuss here cannot be disclosed. Thank you.
and,
Also,
don't write
if you-
any immunity
If there are any soup or explosion related accidents, we have no legal liability anymore. Thank you.
She's not a lawyer in real life.
No, but I did have Crystal draw up these cool legal documents for me.
I mean, it seems fair considering what we do.
Yeah.
So the man sighs and says, "You certainly are an interesting lot."
I apologize for everything you heard and are going to hear for the next 30 to 2 hours. 30 minutes to 2 hours.
Okay. So the man says, the woman Barbara Winfred had contacted me before she ever contacted you. I just want to be very clear about that. And it's not that we didn't want to do anything about this case. It's that we are not equipped to deal with cases like this, and quite frankly, I've been getting a lot of reports about these types of cases in the past couple of months. Not just Barbara.
And you didn't, report that to anyone, like any higher authority, or call someone and say, hey, lots of weird cases, maybe someone should check this out with proper authority. You just kind of let that be.
Seems like a real case of negligence.
I've been keeping a record of it, and
but
the simple fact is the Magi Guard is not equipped to deal with things like this.
Yeah, but I'm asking, you didn't contact another agency?
There is no other agency.
There's us.
Yeah, Agatha looks to Frederick and says, I apologize, you're not included in this, but yeah, the Magic Guard doesn't normally tend to do stuff from what I've noticed.
Yeah, you didn't reach out to us, hey, bunch of weird cases,
I am reaching out to you now.
Yeah, but before this happened to Barbara, you couldn't have reached out before one of the other cases,
In our defense.
We have a mailbox. You could have just mailed a letter.
And now we got the enchanted Eddie sending.
Anyways,
you can just call us up.
Anyways, I think I am going to go insane.
We have a hotline.
No, you don't actually have a hotline.
Giovanna has a hotline.
I'm gonna willingly give Agatha a point of stress.
Okay.
Giovanna's hotline is just basically a piece of burning twine.
I am contacting you now. As soon as you're done with this case for Barbara, I would like to have further discussions about you perhaps staying over in Cascadia for a while and helping me sort this mess out.
I pull out another legal document. Okay,
the GM literally face palms.
This is a service contract. I'm gonna need you to review this and sign it and get it back to us. I'll have a look over it and then we'll discuss some other terms, any problems you have with it, and payment.
I'll look at this later.
Oh, also another couple waivers for anyone that else is going to be involved, in NDAs as well.
Giovanna's not a lawyer. Bella's not a lawyer.
You don't know that I'm not a lawyer.
Anybody.
She's also not very good with cooking.
Hey! In this glorious country of ours, we could represent ourselves. Damn it! Everybody's a lawyer.
And that tends to work.
Yeah.
I don't know much.
Apparently not right now. So, I have also a couple of other people that I have brought in who might be able to help you. But we can discuss that later when you are done with Barbara's case.
And also when you've signed all those papers. Oh, also this one for power of attorney.
Jesus.
That one doesn't seem necessary.
No, it is. We need to be able to pull the plug before you can file a lawsuit against us.
Jesus, for that one.
I am literally shaking my head right now. For any actual lawyers out there, I am sorry.
For any actual lawyers out there, I'm not sorry.
Quick disclaimer, no lawyers were harmed in making this episode.
Well, why not?
Right now, I kind of want to strangle her.
This is my new arc.
Apparently, she has to come up with a new arc every season finale.
Yeah, every season finale, I have to come up with a new arc, and this is my new arc. Over the break, I'm just going to go to law school.
And then we don't see Giovanna for a whole season. And then she comes back and is just full-blown lawyer.
Well, I guess that's what you do when you lose someone like Tarek. Oh,
Listen,
Tarek.
our last lawyer died. Someone has to take their place.
Oh, Tarek, we miss you. Anyways, I think we've spent enough time on Giovanna's shenanigans. Is anyone else going to do anything? Is anyone else going to say anything to the sheriff here?
Agatha has given up, and she just waits.
I'm just utterly speechless.
I mean, you are literally a Magi Guard officer, or were. So,
I'm
refraining from speaking.
If anyone should be
talking, is not going to end well.
If anyone should be talking to the Magi Guard sheriff of this town, it's you.
Well, I still don't know why he's actually here right now, other than to rope us into more stuff later.
Seems like one of those setups for next season.
And there she goes with the spoilers.
It's not a spoiler when it's
not a spoiler. It's
Giovanna-
just being genre.
Giovanna, have I told you how much I don't like spoilers?
But they make cars go faster.
True. I mean, that's a good point.
Actually, no, they just make them stick to the road better.
I don't know about
Still
that, but the kind of spoilers I don't like, you know what I mean. I don't know anything about cars, okay? I'm not a car guy. I am sorry to any car guys out there.
But yeah, I am more than willing to listen to a fellow Magi Guard if he's got anything to offer on our current case. Otherwise,
So,
I guess I'll be the one reaching out to him once we've figured out.
so you
what
could
we're
ask
working on
him.
presently.
You could ask him
Do
if
you-
he has anything on this current case.
I mean, do you have like the original reports?
Yes, yes. Actually, I have them right here. And he pulls
Can I
out
take them?
some a folder for you and hands it to you. Actually, he hands it to Frederick because he's an actual Magi Guard.
And the reasonable one in this present
Yeah,
pile of
apparently.
adventurers.
Apparently.
You're drunk,
You're
Agatha. Settle down.
I'm slightly tipsy.
You got a drunk, a fake lawyer, and
Slightly
Whatever that
tipsy.
is.
Maybe you want to stop leaning on that wall then.
I'm honestly surprised you can deal with this.
To everyone out there, I am sorry.
They're not unhappy. This is what they came for. You know that.
Yeah, apparently. We're giving a very poor impression of Mystimon Saga at this point.
I mean, if this is the episode you start with, I greatly apologize, but I have like a month's worth of shenanigans built up.
I also think
Obviously.
it's partially. You know, the if this is the episode that you started, it's kind of your fault for starting in a season. So, like, come on.
Yeah, come on. It's starting the season premiere.
Or at the
Start
very
next
least, at the
season.
beginning of an adventure. Pick up last session.
Yeah. Anyways, he
Alright,
hands the
so
folder to
the-
you, Frederick.
Original reports. I know that typically the Magi Guard aren't terribly knowledgeable on the paranormal.
No, like he said, they're not equipped for this.
No.
The reports indicates that they did go to the house. They did check things out because they were first acting on the impression that it was maybe somebody, maybe some physical person there, and they found no traces that there was ever anyone in the house other than Barbara and her husband and her children.
Okay.
Because first, of course, they have to rule out the
normal.
They have to rule out the normal before they rule in the paranormal. So you do see a report of exactly what they did when they came into the house. They checked every room. They announced themselves properly, of course. And there was nobody here, and they found no tracks in the carpet or anything other than theirs. They found no signs of a break-in.
Okay.
I'd like to go back to the former Death Bridge.
Okay.
Well, you missed it. Well, it was actually a bridge.
That's why I said former Death Bridge. Death Rubble now.
I mean, with the way my work is, there ain't rubble left either.
Oh, there's
Wait.
some. There's some
Is there like
rubble.
a river underneath this bridge?
It was a
No.
ravine.
Yeah, there's a
Okay, I was just making sure we didn't just like pollute a river.
Yeah, actually, when they were doing the investigation there, they were actually down in the ravine. And he
You know,
he also
before we depart,
He also wants to. The sheriff also says, "Oh, by the way, about that bridge, there's some things about it that you don't know that aren't in the records that you found in the library. They wouldn't be. There is actually a history of people committing suicide at that bridge. I've dealt with cases like that.
Well, I guess it's a good thing it's gone then, huh?
I think they can still jump off the ravine edge, but
Yeah. I just thought you should know that we have a history with that bridge.
Then why didn't y'all... This town...
I go lean over to Bella.
Spread this town. The amount of negligence of
I-
the people's safety is ridiculous.
I mean, I mean, even if the bridge wasn't there, I think people could just still jump off the edge of the ravine. But I mean,
I mean, put up a rope or something.
I mean, you can climb over a rope. You can climb under a rope.
Well,
I think people would. I mean, unless it's like a curse luring them to commit suicide, I think they still do it. I mean, I don't know.
yeah, just saying.
I'd say it's more of a mental health issue.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably like like personal demons, not like unless it's a real demon, then it might be. But
Yeah, personal demons is like entirely.
I would
Says
actually
edible.
ask you to make an occultism check on that.
oh god,
We make a lot of occultism checks here.
do
I
it.
personally lead.
I actually would like to make a
Pursuing a lead.
different roll.
Okay.
I would appreciate it if you would allow me to roll engineering so Gorbadel can design a system that would prevent people from committing suicide into the ravine.
You could go ahead and do that. Does anyone else want to try occultism?
I need
Right.
to find my roles. I'm still not very familiar with this.
I'll do
Dude-
occultism as well.
Dude
while I
builds the
decide this plan.
first automatic therapist.
I'll roll.
Well, our best roll here is Frederick with a critical success. Wow, you
mean-
definitely bounced back from that one earlier.
Dr. Fank did roll a higher total than me.
Yes, but you rolled a critical success.
Yeah,
I
but
also
he's
rolled a
rolling.
critical success for engineering to develop a system to prevent people from dying in the ravine. I just want to point that out.
Wait, we will get to that. We will get to that. Gorbadel may have rolled a higher total, but you rolled a 20. And the DC on that one was 28. I just want to point that out. So your critical success actually overrules his 36.
Okay, the only critical success.
Yeah. So, Frederick, you get a bit more information than Gorbadel would. You get a bit more information. This is what you know. There is, going back through history, going back through mythology, there is a host of myths surrounding suicides and different locations in different parts of the world, all over the world. There's a mountain in the Korchka Islands where people would go up and commit suicide and hang themselves from a tree. There is the Nile River in Almana where people would actually jump into the river and drown themselves. So this isn't. I'm not necessarily
It's not
saying
unique.
it's not unique. So I'm not necessarily saying that it's paranormal, but there are according to these different stories, there are like some kind of dark energy in these areas that is causing this.
Yeah, sorrow.
Maybe they shouldn't have built a town here.
I mean, I think sorrow and regret can be anywhere.
Guess so.
It could either be mental issues, or it could be something paranormal. You just don't know until you investigate.
I mean, also, like, I think, yeah, can't paranormal issues, like, attach themselves to, like, emotional issues? Like, if you create enough negative energy within one space.
Yes, actually,
yeah.
that is something that you know, that necrospirits will feed on negative emotions like fear or sadness or things like that.
Imagine that. Couldn't be me or any of my characters. Oh, Evelyn.
Giovanna's not, like, held together by, like, a thin string.
Gorbadel is incredibly mentally healthy. I don't know what you guys are looking at me for.
So, Frederick, what are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't feel like there's much more to glean from looking at the mundane. I appreciate the Magi Guard Sheriff for reaching out. But I don't know.
I still want to go to the bridge. Former bridge.
And Gorbadeld has some engineering plans that he's just quickly drawn up that he thinks could help prevent people from committing suicide there.
Yes.
It's an aerial faith plate out of Portal 2 that launches them away from the ravine.
Actually, I was thinking more of a magical automated sentry turret that attaches balloons to them if they try to jump.
That would actually help, whereas my solution wouldn't actually help.
That and also netting. Netting's in there too.
I mean, like, you know,
I feel like
The
that's
site
very
of the
short-term
former
solution
Death
to the
Bridge.
problem.
I mean, I think it is a short. I mean, if there's a demon, they could just, like, make him drink poison or something.
Make him drink soup.
Will you stop ruining my dreams of being able to attach balloons with propellers to people?
I mean, you can still do that, but I mean, like, again, like, if there's like a personal
No,
or
I
like,
took these feats for a reason, okay?
I mean, if there's a personal or a physical demon after them, I'm pretty sure they can still make them, like, you know, like, commit suicide. I mean, like, you can't really stop people. I mean, you can, but, like, not a determined person or, like, a haunted person. I guess that might be the same thing, because they're, like, haunted no matter what.
Let's move along.
Yeah.
Anyways, to the bridge!
The bridge!
The site of the former Death Bridge.
Yeah. That. So you had, after saying your goodbyes to the sheriff and parting ways, you head back over to the site of the former Death Bridge, and you see a ton of debris in the ravine.
Let me...
I'm gonna take out the little recorder device.
Yeah, you ain't so chatty now, are ya?
and then play it back.
It says you get a response back. It says you will fly.
I want to get close to the edge of the ravine.
Okay.
I'd like to like sit down on the edge of the ravine and just like be there for a second.
All right. And is anyone else going to do anything? Agatha, Frederick.
I guess I just goes and sits with her for a bit.
I have
I
a
mean-
rope and a lasso ready.
Yeah, we don't want anyone committing suicide on our watch.
Or actually, he has a snare trap ready. That's basically like a giant rope trap. If I need to.
I mean, as a fellow Magi Guard, I'm ready to watch the experts at work.
All right. All right.
Okay, so I do want to note a quick disclaimer. If for our audience, if you have ever have feelings like that, please call 988, the suicide crisis hotline. Please.
Yeah, please.
We are not trying to make light of something very serious here. That is a very, very, very serious matter. We're not trying to make light of that. Just want to note that.
Yeah.
The reason I came here, I want to roll a perception check to see if I see anything, like, that looks particularly,
Sure. Sure. Go for that.
But like deep below the ravine.
Sure.
And I see if I notice anything that shouldn't be there.
Sure. 29. So this is what you note here. You note that the some parts of the train rail that used to be there, that used to be on that bridge, that used to be there, it looks rusted. It looks very, very, very old. It looks like it wasn't in use for a very long time. And not knowing anything about the history about this bridge before it wasn't a bridge, I digress. Without knowing any of the history about this location, you note that there's some peculiarities about this ravine that it's just like on the tip of your brain. You can't quite touch on exactly what it is. It's just there's something peculiar about it.
I'd like to do my sixth sense,
Say that
which is my second.
Say that 6 times fast.
Absolutely not.
Go for it.
It allows me to detect the lingering thoughts of spirits and similar entities.
Sure. So all of a sudden we have a Kyrene here.
Yeah.
Although not as talented as Kyrene.
Hey.
It's just she would be like a 20th level character versus you at 9th level.
There's my sixth sense.
Your psychic abilities also allow you to detect the lingering thoughts of spirits and similar entities. While you are exploring but not searching, the GM rolls a secret roll. A secret check for you to find haunts that usually require searching, as well as spirits. creatures on the ethereal plane, and beings made of entirely a spiritual essence, or mystia, such as celestials, fiends, and monitors. You can also potentially notice ethereal creatures and spirits inside solid objects, provided they are within 30 feet of you. This applies while searching, seeking, and on the automatic secret check from Sixth Sense. You can still notice spirits only on a successful check, and you can't see them if...
Sorry, it sounded familiar.
And you can't see them if they're more than 5 feet inside an object. When you notice a creature with your Sixth Sense, you can also learn its location, making it hidden to you even if it had been undetected. And it is kind of similar. Wow. That is very similar.
Are they invisible, by the way? Because if they're invisible, I can see them.
You know, sometimes spirits can be there, but not actually invisible.
I just want to put that out.
Yep. And we're going to roll a secret check. Okay, I need to pull up Giovanna.
Hi, hello.
I need to pull up her character because I need to make a secret check. And I need to make this actually a secret. Private GM roll. I think that's right. Right?
Sounds about right.
Okay, so we need to actually look at proficiencies. And yeah, we're going to go with this. Wait, no, wrong one. Jam only, and nope. Her Sixth Sense is not finding anything today.
Hmm.
And for Frederick, 29.
So secret.
So secret. Yeah, I'm sorry. Habit.
Yep.
So, Frederick, you do sense something very dark here. But this is the same dark entity or whatever that you've been sensing here for a while. That you've been sensing at the house, that you've been sensing at the cemetery, that you've been sensing here. This is, you think, the hunter, or the tall man.
Well, I will definitely let the rest of people know that that's what my gut feels.
Yeah, for Giovanna, it kind of feels like it's clouding your senses.
Hmm.
And also, Giovanna, you also have flashbacks, kind of flashes of these images of a Quartican girl, about 16 it looks like, with short brown hair, and there's something familiar about her.
Interesting. How deep is this ravine?
I would say about 75 feet.
That is deeper than the longest ladder that I can produce out of thin air for tonight.
I do believe there are ways we could go down if you'd like.
Yeah, you were down there.
Go down alive.
You were down. They were down there the other night, so yeah. Funny, my camera is picking up the cat.
Okay, so, the Quatracan girl. Mela, do
And
you
this
tell
is,
us about that?
yeah. Does Giovanni actually say anything about that?
No. Not for now. I'm having a lot of thought. Mela player is having a lot of thoughts right now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking we could ask who she is in the recorder. And see if she responds.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's do that.
So Giovanna does tell everyone about this girl.
Yes.
Okay, so you go ahead and ask whatever is here about that girl, and you play back the recording, and there's no response.
Spooky.
I'm gonna stand up at the edge and turn to face the others.
Okay.
So my back is now to the ravine.
All
Giovanna, don't do it.
right. She can fly.
No, but I do think that.
Who's gonna brew my hooch?
Actually, I'm not sure. Should we head down there or?
Yeah, she can actually fly.
Yeah, I actually can fly. Which is why I don't want you to be worried when I do this. I jump into the ravine. Not a joke, I actually jump.
Yeah, Agatha is sure to
Roll
remind
an
everyone. She can
athletics
fly,
check.
don't worry.
Yeah, roll a reflex save to see if you can burn off your boosters and stop your fall before you
Seth, what?
hit the
Seth,
ground.
what happens? Seth, what happens if she fails this reflex save, Seth?
She would have gotten some fall damage. But she does manage to catch herself. So she lands safely.
On the fall down, did I experience anything, or?
Yeah, you sensed a very dark energy.
Can I do an occultism check?
Sure.
Okay. Where are my rolls? Where are my rolls? Hello? How do I roll? There we go.
$22. You're not sure. There is something very dark about this energy. And you sensed it for only a moment. But it is very dark. You think it's actually kind of like the darkest energy you've ever felt.
That's scary. 1 second.
But
Hmm.
I do want to note that you know that necrospirits feed on negative emotions. But since you were doing that without any fear because you knew you could stop your fall, you weren't actually giving off any sort of negative emotions.
While I'm at the bottom of this ravine, I'd like to think about my saddest memories.
That's going to be quite difficult since you can't remember a whole lot.
I mean, I know my friend is dead,
Yeah.
and I was abused by Zolgoth. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And I think not having memories is also very sad.
So, what would you say is your saddest memory?
I think finding out that Bifrost had died because he was one of my first friends after recovering my memory.
So you start thinking about Bifrost, and that almost brings tears to your eyes if you had any. But you feel like you want to cry. And that is when you feel this dark energy surround you. And you can almost feel something breathing on your neck. And as it does, those memories, those images of Bifrost, they come even more. And that sorrow fills you up even more. And you need to make me a will save. So you handle that. You kind of fight back those feelings, and I kind of remember the good things about Bifrost. You remember those good memories, those pleasant memories that bring joy to you. And it is at that moment that we're going to fade to black here. We're going to cutscene. I haven't done this for a while. We're going to cutscene. It is in. We fade back in Almana, in Kalrun. And Kyrene is up on a stage. She's giving a speech in front of a crowd. And Crystal is off to the side. And Luna's over next to Crystal. And suddenly, Kyrene stops her speech right in the middle, and she then starts up again, and then stops as she is clasping her head. And then, a split second later, she collapses right there on the stage. And Crystal and Luna run to her side. And then we fade back to you. And Giovanna, once again, those images of Bifrost that were flooding your mind, now they shift to that Artican teenage girl.
Do I see anything else about the Quartigan girl?
You sense that she's like you. You
A
sense that
robot.
no, you sense that she's a telepath like you.
What should I roll to see if... Because she seems familiar, doesn't she?
Yes.
What should I roll to see if I can, like, pull anything else from, like, in my memory?
Roll a perception check. And as you're doing that, Gorbadel, Frederick, and Agatha, what are you three doing?
Cleaning up evidence of my bombs.
Okay, I think you're going to need to make a flat check for that.
I mean, I'd say that's a stealth check, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that'd be a stealth check.
Yeah, we'll go
Or
with
a
the stealth
nature
check.
check.
A
That'd be a
blind
stealth
stealth
check.
check. A
Well, it
blind
goes-
It's an
stealth
investigation
check.
check.
We're going to go with a blind stealth check. I'm going with Jackie on this one.
Alright.
Because I do think that most stealth checks are actually secret. And you just keep the result until it comes up.
Okay.
No confirmation on whether it went well or bad.
Okay.
It keeps people at the edge of their seat.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter either way because they signed a waiver.
And
Question is, how legally binding is a waiver written in crayon?
Who says it was written in crayon?
I say it's written in crayon. Didn't you
You
hear
didn't
me
see the
earlier?
waiver?
yeah, that's canon.
Can it at least be colored pencils?
No, it's gotta be crayon.
Next season, whenever I upgrade, it'll be in colored pencils.
Scented colored pencils
See?
on scented paper.
It makes them more likely
Something-
to sign it.
Something to upgrade toward. This is why it had to be in crayon.
The
At least
second
it's not
colored
chalk.
pencil makes the paper more pleasant to be around.
At least it's not in
More
chalk.
I guess I will ask if I can tell whether Giovanna is okay at the bottom of the ravine or if
Sure.
uh,
You can make a
I'm-
medicine check.
needed down there.
Yeah, you can make a medicine check.
Great, I'm untrained in this.
I mean, to be fair, I can fly, so...
Yeah, you think she's perfectly okay.
Alright. Then I will not make efforts to slowly climb down the ravine to assist. What would I be doing instead? I'm not sure what I'd be doing instead.
Okay, and Agatha?
Agatha's looking at the entire situation. One person hiding terrorism evidence. The other one.
Excuse me. Urban renewal evidence.
The other one having.
Yeah, keep telling yourself
Odd
that.
vision. It's an entire situation, and she's not really sure how to deal with this entire situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Quite.
I don't know, Agatha. Did you want to head back to the Barbara's house and see what
Wait,
you
y'all are just
might
gonna
see
leave me in the
there?
ravine?
It's fine. We'll leave you with Dr. Fank,
Hey,
I
what?
believe it was.
Yes.
Oh, great. Gorbinel's a doctor. That makes everything
Yeah.
so much
We-
better.
We
Oh, you
already
got
went
it,
over
you got it.
this.
Yeah. We went over this.
What is he a
Very good
doctor
doctor,
of
actually.
exactly?
The whole reason
A lot
you
of
think is
things.
because you have wings. It's safe for you to do that.
I have 18 intelligence, okay? I can be a doctor of a lot of things.
Okay, so I'm going to flash back down to Giovanna. And Giovanna, you're trying hard to recognize, to see if you could figure out who is this girl. What is so familiar about her? And you think it's Kyrene. And you remember back that there was a case some months back where Tarek had also been receiving these same kind of images of this of Kyrene as a teenager.
I need to talk to Crystal and Kyrie.
Got a comstone?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to dial up Crystal?
Yeah. I'm gonna dial up Crystal.
So you dial up Crystal. Crystal answers and she says, Giovanna, I really don't have time for this right now. Kyrene just had a major incident.
It's about Kyrene.
Wait, what? What is this about?
Okay, I threw myself down a ravine and then
You
thought about my status. Don't worry about that. I can fly.
Right to the point.
Okay, can Giovanna swim too?
Actually, it has been proven that I can swim whenever I saved like 2 people from drowning.
Frederick, you can give the story on that one at some other point if you want.
I think it's best left a mystery.
Maybe you could save that for our special stream next season. Spoilers.
Hey, you don't like those.
Yeah, I don't.
Anyways, don't worry about it. I can fly. But while I was at the bottom of the ravine, I started having visions of Kareen when she was younger.
When she was younger. Like,
Do I
my age or like Kwoi's age?
like a teenager? She had short hair.
So like Kwoi and Ira's age.
Yes.
She did go through some things back then that she doesn't really talk about. But she's unconscious right now. She was giving a speech and for her election, and she just suddenly collapsed on stage.
I know. I know before he died, Tarek said something. Or was it Bifrost or Tarek?
Tarek.
Tarek, he told me he was having visions like this too.
And Tarek didn't actually die, he just disappeared. You don't know where he went.
He's dead. He's dead.
Quick question. Is Kyrene the cookie lady?
No.
No.
Okay.
That is
Before he
Laurie Torwant.
Before he disappeared, he told me he was having these visions too. I don't know what this is, Crystal. But it happened while I was there's something here. It's something so dark. I've never felt something this dark, and I was thinking it feeds on sorrow, and I was thinking about Bifrost and then it was Kyrene.
Interesting.
And then it was just Kyrene.
And then Kyrene collapsed. Like, how long ago did you see this?
Within minutes.
Yeah, Kyrene just collapsed minutes ago.
Crystal, so you know something's going on.
This is...
I don't know what it is.
This is stranger than usual for you guys.
I know.
Is it? We traveled in time a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, it's stranger even for you. It's strange even for you. So, yeah. She says, when Kyrene wakes up, I'll have her contact you.
Please, I don't know what's going on. I just please. Thank you.
No problem. And stay safe. Whatever's doing this doesn't bode well.
Who's doing this? Whoever is
I've got a
doing
few
this.
suspicions.
I think we know who it is, but this definitely isn't a good sign. You stay safe out there too. And then I hang up.
Alright. So, back to you three up top.
I believe Agatha and I were contemplating visiting the scene of the incident.
Yeah.
I'll stay here with Giovanna.
Yeah, it's about 11 in the morning. So, Agatha and Frederick, you both head back to Barbara's house. And Barbara is there. She's just gotten her kids off. She's just gotten her girl off to school, and she is taking care of her baby. And she says, "Did you find anything?"
We found a couple of things, but I'm not completely certain they're relevant.
And she looks down at the Izmir. She says, "Oh, I don't suppose we've met. I'm Barbara."
Well, at this point, I'm gonna let Agatha introduce herself.
My name is Agatha. I am an investigator and an inventor. I'm here helping out with the case. That's been seemingly causing quite a bit of... There's no other word to put it. Quite a bit of pain.
Yeah, Koi and Ira actually followed you here. They're with you guys.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Surprise!
Quiet and Ira have been here for a little while. They're just been a little quiet.
Surprise.
Surprise, NPC.
But they decided to go with you rather than stay with Gorbadeld and Giovanna at the ravine. So, Barbara asks, so would you like a tour of the house too?
That's kind of what I was hoping for in bringing my companion.
Indeed.
Okay, please. And she leads you into the house, and she leads you first to her daughter's bedroom. She leads you first to her daughter's bedroom. The room is painted pink with a floral design. It's cluttered with toys and dolls. You know, a normal girl's room. And then the next room you visit is the master bedroom, where you find the baby's crib, where her son Tommy is currently napping. And she sleeps on the right-hand side of this queen-sized bed. And she explains that when she is awakened by this dark figure, the tall man, as she calls it, it is first hovering over her, and then it walks around the bed and begins staring down at her son. And it happens in exactly the same way every night at exactly the same time, 3 a.m. Do you have any thoughts on that? Or do you have any questions for her?
That is interesting. So, I'm sorry, since when has this been happening again?
For the last week or two.
Let's see. Project, do you know anything particularly, well, paranormal that happened within the last few weeks?
You know, come to think of it, I had a pretty vivid nightmare just the other day. I don't recall exactly when it was, but
It was the night before you even heard
Deep-
about the case.
deep in the middle of the night was when it occurred. I didn't think it was related at first, but maybe it is. Other than that, I do recall that Barbara said she had visited the bridge that we were just at prior to the occurrences, if I recall.
Yes.
Hmm.
Flashing back to Gorbadeld and Giovanna. What are you two doing?
Are you ready to go back to Giovanna, or do you want to do something else?
Huh?
Are you ready to go back, or do you want to do something else?
I have some other things I want to test, but I want to do them at night. So I'm going to come out of the ravine.
Yeah, I've got nothing else, really. So I'm willing to go wherever the flow takes me.
Actually, I'm gonna stay in the ravine, and I want to think about Zolgoth now.
Okay, thinking about Zolgoth actually brings up feelings of anger and distress. And that seems to get this dark energy's attention. And it feels like it's getting more powerful now.
I want to focus on the anger.
So, as you focus on the anger, make me a will save. This might be a very bad idea.
Oh, absolutely. I'm taunting something I shouldn't be.
It is. You quickly find it is a very bad idea, as you suddenly feel like a jolt of electricity all the way down your body, and you feel like something is feeding on your energy, and you start to feel very weak, and you are now drained too.
Ooh. Spicy. I'm gonna double down and keep going.
Oh my.
So, real quick,
Just nothing but rage, baby.
I apologize if this is sudden, but I might have to head out because it's starting to get late enough that my brain is just kind of entering automatic shut off.
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
Happens.
Yeah.
But you guys can you know what? Let's assign someone else to control Agatha in the meanwhile. Who wants to volunteer for that?
Sure.
Not it.
Give me Agatha.
Alright, you can have her.
Okay. I will temporarily give control of Agatha to Bella.
Key points to remember about Agatha. Wine Mom as a point of her character that she's just kind of tired.
Okay, so
And yeah.
ownership of
Remember,
Agatha
she
has
can't fly.
temporarily been given to Mela. Please, don't do anything Jackie wouldn't do.
As long as she's alive by the end and has overall encouraged the party to not go too insane, or at least try to.
Yeah, so the complete opposite of your normal behavior.
No, I specifically wanted this to see what it's like to not be insane.
It's an interesting exercise, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, good night, Jackie.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Right.
Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Bella is temporarily controlling Agatha.
You are now responsible for the voice of reason in this group.
That's horrifying.
Terrifying.
Oh my god! I'm the voice of a reason, and I'm also simultaneously the voice of chaos.
Chaos and insanity.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting.
I mean, I blew up a
Wait
bridge
until-
last session, so I can't really talk.
Just wait until you have to talk. Until Agatha has to talk Giovanna out of something insane.
No, Giovanna, I think you should totally do that. It's a great idea.
Well, yes,
mean-
Agatha.
I mean, Cyber, you kind of dealt with that once with Felix and Gareth.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Sometimes I miss Felix's brand of insanity.
so yeah, so do I. So Giovanna and Gorbadeld, it's Gorbadeld, yeah.
Yeah,
It's Dr. Fank.
Dr. Fink.
I gave up.
Yeah, I gave up too. I give up too. So, Dr. Fink and Giovanna, what are you two doing?
I said I'm doubling down on my rage.
Yeah, besides Giovanna giving this entity exactly what it wants, apparently.
I'm testing out some theories, alright?
I'm supporting her and her hypotheses.
Like nothing bad ever happened when you did that.
Scientific method, baby.
Listen, we're both doctors here, Giovanna.
Okay. Yeah, she's the doctor of insanity.
No, I
And
have
you're
my
the
PhD
doctor of
in law.
And you're the doctor
Yeah.
of explosives.
Technically, engineering and medicine. And physics.
I've got a
And
PhD in
explosives.
telepathy, in psychic.
And if Gorbadald, Frank has a PhD in terrorism attacks. Which
False. Nobody
again,
got hurt, therefore it's not terrorism.
again, disclaimer, we're not making light of terrorist attacks. It's a very terrible thing. Please, can we
Again.
stop with the division?
This was not terrorism. Nobody was hurt, and the object was not to inspire fear. Therefore,
No
not
one was
terrorism.
hurt in the making of this episode. That is a perfect disclaimer. No one was hurt in the making of this episode. So, Dr. Fink, what are you doing while Giovanna is apparently giving this dark entity a buffet?
I am taking readings with the meter and also doing a recording while she's doing her thing. To see
Okay.
if it's saying anything back to her.
Yeah, you're getting even stronger readings than you were when this hunter entity was hanging about, and
I'm gonna ask it if it knows the big bad.
Are you going to ask it specifically if it knows, quote, the big bad?
I don't remember his name.
Zolgoth.
Zolgoth.
I'm gonna ask it if it knows Zolgoth.
Okay.
And it says that you get a response this time, and it's actually a different voice. This is a very different voice. This is
Oh,
a
no.
very low, rumbling voice that says, Zolgoth is but a pawn.
Oh!
Who pulls it? Who pulls his strings?
No response.
Well, you're chicken shit now. You were so talkative before.
And now we're going to flash back to Agatha and Frederick. Mela. Time to change tacks here. It's time to turn off the chaos switch in your brain.
Okay. So we're at the house.
Yes.
And Agatha can't fly.
No.
Nor do I think she can swim, but that's another matter.
Okay. So every night at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And when did it start?
About a week or two ago.
Were there any were there any significant events when it first started occurring?
Other than she had visited those sites, the Death Bridge and the Cascadia Cemetery.
And is she here right now, or is she the one at school?
Barbara is here right now.
She's the mom.
She's the mom.
Okay, so did you kiss the feet?
No.
No. Alright. And when you were at the bridge, why were you there, and what were you thinking?
I was just there looking around out of curiosity. Thinking back now, yeah, curiosity killed the cat. She actually says that, yes.
I look at her horrified for just a second, and then I'm like...
It's just a...
Keep in mind you're playing a rat folk at the moment.
Yes.
This saying shouldn't bother you.
Yes.
I was more thinking of it as in, like, it killed the, like, you and, like, everything you loved, but, you know. But what were you thinking when you were at the bridge? Were you just thinking about your curiosity, or did you have other thoughts while you were there? I
was just curious. I don't really remember exactly what I was thinking of, but I was just curious. I mean, I had heard stories about it living here all my life, and I was curious what it was all about.
And whenever you... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to interrupt here. As a fellow person who left the cemetery without kissing the foot of the statue, I'm going to have to ask if she had any kind of similar experience that I had, and I will briefly explain the, bone-chilling sensation and the thing flying right through me as I tried to leave.
No, nothing like that. That kind of sounds like a Wraithlin. We haven't had any of those around here for a while.
Okay.
So, refresh my memory, what's the legend, around surrounding the statue?
Pretty
much just that you have to kiss it before, or else something bad happens to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're in the cemetery after nightfall, you have to kiss the feet of the angel statue in the middle of the cemetery, or you'll be attacked by a dark entity when you try to leave.
Okay,
And I will bring up that while Dr. Fank and I were out in the cemetery, we inquired of the nature of the spirits that were over there, and they responded that they were protectors.
And Barbara says that,
Wait,
I got the same sort of sense when I was in the cemetery. I got the sense of just there was something good and positive about that area.
wait a minute. Are you
Frederick?
busy right now?
Who?
Barbara.
Barbara. No, I'm just taking care of my son. Why?
I think it might be time to revisit the cemetery.
We're not gonna bring a child there. We're not doing that.
Okay,
All right.
The cemetery's different, though. It's not it's basically the,
We're not bringing a child there, like, to a place
who wants to stay at the house and babysit the child?
I feel as a member of the Magi Guard, I have the best certification for being a trusted individual in this scenario.
You kind of do. That is very
Yeah, Agatha is.
So,
So,
on the flip side of the coin, I'm over 9 feet tall and wearing armor.
Feel like going to dad mode for a little bit.
Sure.
Okay, so Frederick is going to do dad mode for a little bit. That means,
and then
Agatha, you are taking Barbara to the cemetery, and Frederick, why don't you briefly explain to Agatha what it is
What
you're
the
thinking?
plan is.
Yeah, what it is you're thinking.
So my theory at the moment is that when you go to the cemetery, you're trespassing, but if you kiss the foot of the angel statue, you gain the protection of the good spirit that's there. And so you can leave unharmed. She trespassed and didn't receive the protection, and so that's why all of this is going on. And if she goes there and gets the protection, maybe everything will be better.
I mean,
That's the theory.
It is a good working theory. Do we need to stay until nightfall to kiss the feet, or can we just go kiss it and come back during the day?
The legend is that it has to be nightfall.
Okay. Do these kids not have a real dad?
They do. He's just at work at the moment.
I mean, if we're waiting until nightfall, can't we just wait until his actual dad comes home so he can watch him?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Why do you guys have to speak so much sense in this crazy world of nothing makes sense?
Because I'm Agatha now.
The dead people don't stay dead.
Because I'm Agatha now.
Wow.
This is
wow.
I swear someday I will figure out this whole crazy, not crazy craziness.
Have you met Zolgoth?
Hi, hello. I'm Mela, and I have severe ADHD. So,
yeah, that's why I have to go through so many measures to make sure her brain is preoccupied and not causing problems. I digress.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm Agatha now, so now I have to make smart choices.
Yeah, which is totally against her nature.
It really is. It felt weird
So-
not to be like, yeah, let's go to the statue right now and antagonize some ghosts.
Like Giovanna is doing right now in the middle of a ravine.
I'm testing a hypothesis.
To be fair, I
Yeah,
antagonized them last time.
Yeah, you can keep telling yourself that.
Listen, whenever this
can
is over,
be
I'll explain
both.
my thought process.
It can be both at the same time.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we should wait until their dad gets home from work, and then we both go.
At nightfall.
Giovanna,
yeah,
Giovanna, please do not explain your thought process. It will make my brain hurt.
Listen, I was gonna
Signed
not
up
tell.
for this, Seth.
I was gonna
know.
just like at the beginning when I went and sat down by the cliff, I was just gonna yeet myself off.
I signed up for this for 9 seasons. Bro, you've come up with some crazy shit too back in the day, so don't say anything.
Yeah.
And we'll have some stories about that next season.
Spoilers.
Anyway, back where okay, yeah, so we're gonna wait until nightfall, so
Yeah.
that me and Frederick can both go.
Yeah. Okay, so we're
All
going
right.
to flash back to Dr. Fink and Giovanna. Dr. Fink, you are trying to make contact with whatever is here, while Giovanna is down in the ravine trying to anger whatever is here. Like nothing ever bad happened to that. You look down
Well,
at
I
her,
wanna
she's not looking very good.
I want to ask who the lady with crystal is to the ghost.
Irene.
Yeah, Tyrene. What's Tyrene's relationship to them?
You receive a very angry growl as a response.
Use your words.
I just sound like a parrot.
I don't know. It's slipped into that one.
And down with Giovanna, you actually kind of feel like you hear breathing in your ears.
Well,
Oh, it's a mouth breather. Gross.
no, like legitimately, the idea of someone breathing down my neck or like hearing breathing behind me like freaks me out so much.
Good. Thank you for telling me that.
You're welcome.
Now I know how to scare her.
yes, you do. Like that is legitimate. Like I'm afraid that one night I'll like wake up in the middle of the night and there'll just be like someone in my bed breathing on me.
That would be creepy.
Yeah, no, that would be terrifying. That would be like I'm about to get like super murdered.
I mean, I suppose we're marking the difference of you knew that person was there to begin with versus like you went to sleep alone.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. So breathing.
Yeah, and Dr. Fink is receiving a growl as responses.
I want to say try and ask like whatever is surrounding me, and I just want to say, who is Kyrene?
Kyrene.
Kyrene, sorry, Kyrene. Who is Kyrene?
And Giovanna, make me a perception check.
Oh God.
And Dr. Fink, you are doing a recording. What question do you ask it now?
What is Kyrene?
And Giovanna, you hear what distinctly sounds like a growl.
Ah!
And I'm now going to make a secret check for Giovanna.
Oh no!
Okay. Giovanna, you
Yes?
feel like whatever this is now angry with you.
Oh no!
You actually suddenly get these images of you laying in the bottom of this ravine in pieces, which immediately flashes you back to how Zolgoth found you.
Dad?
Not your dad. I digress.
Wait, at the bot. Okay. Oh gosh.
Does that mean Kyrene's your sister?
I want to. Okay, it's angry with me now. Do you work for Zolgoth?
Oh dear. Giovanna, you suddenly hear this this sound that actually is not beyond a growl. This is like a roar. And it is actually such a powerful roar that you kind of feel like some kind of force pushing against your back.
Is that a yes?
And Dr. Fank, you get another response on the recorder.
Oh no.
This time it says, "Do not compare me to that pawn," in a very growly voice.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I don't. I'm about to do something chaotic and I'm trying to stop myself.
What has stopped you before? Has anything stopped you before?
The idea that I might get my character killed. This is.
I mean, you can always make another character.
You've never
If
let that
he's a
stop
pawn-
you before, Giovanna.
I would like to
Yeah.
ask, if he's a pawn, then what are you?
And Dr. Fink, you play back the recorder and you hear Master. 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 And it just keeps repeating that over and over.
I don't like this. And I'm not even here.
You are.
This
And
Ooh,
that
oh.
is where I'm going to end this episode, this session, and we're going to pick this up next season, which will actually be our 10th season playing this campaign. We have only been streaming this for a couple of seasons, but this will be our 10th season playing this campaign. And I do hope you will join us next season for the conclusion of this episode. Next season, as I alluded to before, with the sheriff, there is more going on here in Cascadia. So stay tuned, because the party will actually be staying long-term in Cascadia to deal with these cases. And something is definitely going on here.
Yeah!
Hooray! We did it, gang!
Something is definitely
What did we
going on.
do? I don't think we did anything.
We did it.
To be fair, this was the exact kind of information I was hoping to gain, but Jesus Christ, am I terrified.
Good. Good. So, as I alluded to before, we will have a special stream in the first week of June, which is actually the birthday of this campaign, basically, the anniversary of this campaign. We will have a special stream where we just sit back, relax, kick back with some beers or root beers or whatever it is you drink, and all of our players from the past or current are invited to just sit back with us and reminisce on old times. And I'm sure Cyber's got quite a few stories from the distant past.
Speaking of reminiscing, I'm gonna have to get some ginger beers.
Sure, go for that.
Hey, Cyber, remember when we blew up that death bridge?
Remember it? You just did that last session. I digress.
I stand by that it was a good decision.
Hey, Friendbot, do you remember when we were reminiscing about blowing up a death bridge?
Hey, you guys
Flash forward
remember
to
when I
season
attacked
20?
my ghost?
Which time, Bella? Hey, remember how all of my characters try Bella's character's cooking?
So, a little surprise, I actually have the original adventures that I ran for Cyber and his brother at the time from years ago. I still have
my
those
brother,
adventures.
by the way. He just doesn't play anymore.
Yes.
I was gonna ask, I was like, is he still your brother, or?
No, he gave him back.
I would hope he's still your brother. By the way, he can come and sit back and relax with us that day too. But we'll have more to share about that when we get to June. So please join us for the next part of The Hunter on January 12th, I believe it is. Yes, January 12th, we'll be back for Season 10. My gods. Bro, you're going to need to, really tell me, how the hell did we get here? I never thought it would go this long.
Find out next time on... Wait a minute, this isn't Dragon Ball Z.
Find out next time on These Idiots Talk.
We will be back for Season 10 on January 12th. Please catch us for the next part of The Hunter and the beginning of the haunting of Cascadia.
Oh, God.